Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback with Jay Stockwell and Bob Frady.
Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback. I'm Jay Stockwell.
I'm Bob Frady.
And I'm George Stockwell.
Kids today, no enthusiasm with these kids.
What's wrong with these kids?
Maybe if you got like a little amulet that gave you extra energy, you'd feel excited. Oh, I got the little prize.
Funny. Really funny.
Yeah. All right, so
You're about as enthusiastic as Houston Christian's offense right now.
Oh wow, they scored a touchdown on us, so it's I'm not even mad at that.
I'm just getting out the calculator here. 68 plus 57, or no, 59. 127 points in 2 games, boys.
Listen, all I can say about that is scrimmage season is over.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what I'm really excited about, Bob Fraley?
A tasty steak and maybe some hollandaise sauce on the side. I don't know. What are you really excited about?
The fact that our number 2s are maybe as good as or better than our number 1s.
You know, Jay Stockwell, I've often thought that you think your number 2s are better than your number 1s.
Come on, UB.
Boy, you walked right into that one. Holy cow!
I'm still trying to figure it out, but I guess I agree.
That's
with you.
like standing next to a cow and being surprised when it kicks you in the head. It's like, come on, you're right there. You just walk into it.
No, but Exhibit A is Quentin Ives. Okay, did you happen to see how he was the lead yard gainer in the running back group?
I gotta be honest. What I think about that, I think Quentin Ives is an okay running back, but I think that our offensive line was the star of the show. We blocked very well. When Raiola played in the first half, the pocket was 10 seconds. You could sit there for 10 seconds and get no clear. And Quentin Ives, he's a decent player, but he's not that fast. He's not Emmett Johnson. He could just walk through the holes. You know, he didn't have trouble getting to where he wanted to be. It was so I think he played good, but I think most of the credit goes to the O-line.
But you cannot say the same for TJ Lateef. I mean, that kid is a baller.
He's killed.
Oof.
I mean,
that ball he spun, that 50-yarder.
Oh,
you know, listen, throwing a 50-yarder when you're up by 200 points, I get it. And still not my cup of tea. But if you watch Raiola's first half long pass, it kind of sort of fluttered in the wind a little bit.
yeah.
And Lateef threw a laser beam.
Oh my
50
God.
yards. Like,
A
wow.
dime. It was a dime. It was
wow.
absolutely unbelievable.
Well, what I'm curious about with Lateef, just thinking into his future, I mean, he's behind Raiola for another 2 years. Do you guys think he's going to stay in Nebraska?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What do we do in this show, George Stockwell? We stay in the present. Let's not worry about the future at all.
Right.
No, hold on.
I think.
Hold on. I actually think it's a legitimate question, and I've been thinking about it myself. But I think in the age of NIL and being able to pay players, we can keep him on their payroll, man. And
listen, if you're in need of a transfer quarterback and you don't back up the truck to get TJ Lateef, then you're not a very good, especially if you're a new head coach.
Yeah, but we got deep pockets in Lincoln, boys.
You know where else they have deep pockets? A lot of places. and you know, given who knows what's going to happen. Who knows? But Southern California next year is going to be in need of a quarterback. And who do you think they're going to target?
California,
and not USC, UCLA.
Oh man,
oh
they're not good.
Have him go back home.
Yeah,
Deshawn Foster got fired today. Did you see that?
It was, you know,
transfer portal opens tomorrow, so I think they could have a decent amount of players exiting that program.
We have our first firing in the Big Ten.
Not in the Big Ten. Because
yes.
Virginia Tech's coach is getting fired.
Well,
no, they're on the Big Ten.
Deshawn Foster got fired today.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
Man.
And you know, it was embarrassing. They lost to New Mexico, for crying out loud, in front of like 30 people. Yeah. Have you seen the pictures of the
Rose Bowl?
Of the Rose Bowl? It's like they should call it the bloom is off the Rose Bowl, because there were no roses there at all. So it's sad to see. But hey, listen, this is what happens if you get a kind of a crappy team and your stadium is an hour away from the campus on a good day, then you're going to have trouble filling that place up. And, luckily Lincoln is, I think the entire school is built around the football stadium. So it's very convenient for people to get there. And the team's better this year. So yeah, we had our first firing in the Big Ten. Probably won't be the last.
So Dylan Raiola looked fantastic again.
He did.
15 for 21 for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. He just
moved to ninth all time on the Husker quarterback list in terms of yardage, passing Tommy Frazier.
I thought Emmett Johnson looked extremely good as well. In addition to Quentin Ives, I mean, that guy just was patient. Lets his blockers do their work. The thing that we have here that I don't think we've had in a long time is depth. Okay,
well, listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like this was a glorified exhibition, except that exhibitions are generally more competitive.
I think he is right, though. It has been a long time since we have, no matter who we play, it's been a long time since we've seen the backup start the second half.
Yeah, that was probably the most surprising decision is Raiola did not play at all in the second half.
He still threw for about like 225 yards.
Here's the other thing that confuses me is Akron got $1.4 million guarantee to come to Lincoln, and Houston Christian only got $500K. Like, how does that work? We got to get Tyler on here and figure out how that works.
Well, they already have a relationship. And this is how Houston Christian got the invite. Rule does a camp down there at their place in the spring. So there's a relationship there. So I think $500K for Houston Christian is a big number.
Still, Akron got 1.4.
Well, I think the thing is Akron is one of the worst teams in FBS, so you can say that you killed an FBS team still instead of killing.
Okay, Akron versus Houston Christian, who wins?
Akron.
See?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
That probably explains.
By the way, you see Cincinnati put up a 70 burger yesterday?
Yeah. And did you see Michigan put up 63-3 versus Central Michigan?
Yeah.
This is going to be, I am so pumped for this week.
So, listen, it's hard to get excited about this game, except for one thing. They did the job. This is what good teams are supposed to do to bad teams. You saw Ohio State yesterday kind of limped along, and, there weren't any big upsets in the FCS versus FBS thing yesterday, but it's also, they did the job. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They put up a lot of points. The other team got a touchdown on a broken tackle, but that also secured the victory for both Jay and I as to closest score to the actual score.
I thought yesterday, not talking about Nebraska, I think the rest of college football was pretty crazy, though. We saw Georgia Tech with the upset over Clemson.
Is that really, here's the thing. Is that really an upset?
It's ranked, but Clemson does not look that good. They were losing 16-3 versus Troy a week ago, and then they lost 2 weeks ago.
It's reputation-based schools. It's like they got a good reputation.
Yeah.
And, what have they done in the last several years? I mean, they had a good run a couple of years ago, but it's like your reputation counts for a lot. You see in the rankings, but at the end of the day, like Cal beat Minnesota, and Cal's not ranked. Everybody thought Minnesota was pretty good.
They're both not great teams,
and they got handed it.
Shout out to Swinney boys.
So the Swinney boys, yes, from Cal, friends of SMQ. At least we think they are.
And then we saw
their parents are.
Big win for Vanderbilt, 31-7 against South Carolina, against top 11 team South Carolina.
See, that's another school is South Carolina. It's like
no,
all these
South Carolina can hold its own. Last year they had a really good year.
But that was last year. It's like all this stuff is just like people get all excited about the rankings this time of year, and it's just
too early.
It's just reputation-based stuff.
So the Virginia Tech is like hurting its chances of getting G Stocky 14 over there to go to school with their.
I think the reason why they lose so much is because of their walkout song, because They play Edra Sandman, and everyone falls asleep.
I think it's because Uncle Mark never sends any money. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because you guys are hurting for it. Yeah.
By
With
the
all
way,
the money that we're making off this podcast, George can go to Virginia Polytech school for day labor.
we need to do a short for Uncle Mark. Just a dedicated short for Uncle Mark. Mark, we're coming to Virginia Tech. We're going to bring George. But man, oh man, you'd have to improve the product
Derby
over there.
3-0 against Old Dominion.
ODU. See, that ODU is always a school that kind of surfaces every once in a while, and they have a couple good players, and it's like, again, it's early.
I think
next week starts the real season.
I think the biggest shocker though was Dylan Raiola's counterpart, DJ Lagway. They were the number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks in their respective classes. DJ Lagway had 5 interceptions against LSU, which was
wow.
And what's Raiola like 8 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, we haven't played LSU, but still that shows 5 interceptions is shocking.
If you have that many interceptions, it means your receivers aren't either running the right routes or catching.
It was a lot of it was Lagway's fault. I watched part of the game. It was tough to watch. LSU also has a really good defense though.
Okay, so let's get back to the mighty Huskers. We didn't see any surprises on defense.
I mean, the scoop and score was pretty cool.
Williams Nowari, man, that was cool. I mean, he was carrying that ball like a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
And it was his first touchdown ever, Matt Rule said. So, pretty cool. I can't wait to see. I am so looking forward to next week and playing a real team just to see how real our guys are. But that guy seems like a real guy, So I'm so pumped for Michigan next Saturday.
I think that any team that brings a combination of the strong run game and a mobile quarterback is going to present big problems for the Huskers. Those seem to be the 2 weaknesses so far. The defensive backfield seems pretty solid. The linebackers get to the ball. The front seems a bit thin. So we'll see. Who knows? We've got a lot of players cranking through the system in the last couple of weeks. Saw some names that or either blank on the back of the jersey or hadn't recognized before. So it's good to see.
Yeah, I think another standout was Cortez Mills. He had that big reception from Lateef, and he had 3 or 4 receptions, a couple from Raiola. He's the freshman that switched his commitment from Oklahoma. He's a really good freshman, so I'm looking forward. I think he'll definitely get some touches versus Michigan, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it was everybody. Everybody caught something.
How about Marquez Watson-Trent?
Get a couple sacks, didn't they?
He had a sack and a tackle for a loss. Yeah,
he's like a little pit bull. He's like 5'10". He's a little chubby looking, but he's fast and he's good.
I don't know if we should mention people anymore because last week we called out the kid from South Dakota, Cade.
Yeah, what happened to him? Did he not?
He played. He was nothing on the score sheet though.
Well, all right. So
I will say there's one person I feel bad for.
Archie Miller.
Then hasn't punted in 2 games.
His parents came all the way from Australia to see him punt, and he hasn't punted yet, which is wonderful news.
Well, we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him. I'm just wishing he had some more in-game experience because we're gonna need him next week. We're gonna need him next week for sure.
It is too bad for his parents. Hopefully they get to hang around for the Michigan game. If there's not a GoFundMe started for his parents to stay for an extra week, then somebody should, put it. I know somebody in Nebraska has a spare trailer they can throw him in for a few days. So just put him out back, put some ribs out there so they can eat and some corn, make him shuck if you need him to work. Get him in the trailer.
Hey, if I can get our friend in the athletic department to get us on the field, will you do the 2-legged kick, Bob?
I do the 2-legged kick on the way down there. I'll be spent by the time I get down there.
What's the 2-legged kick? Is this
so Archie Miller can kick with both legs?
Like Bob, the double? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Bob thinks he can do it at once though.
It's
the dolphin kick.
It's like the crane kick from Karate Kid. I'll be up there with my hands like this, 2 feet flying at the same time. The ball won't go anywhere, and I might break an ankle on the way down, but entirely possible.
Yeah, this could be a short. This could be short.
Yeah, I don't think
All right,
so.
let's do around the league. What's going on in the league, Bob Frady?
So Indiana with their powder puff schedule. How does Indiana get a powder puff schedule 2 years in a row?
What and
I don't know.
And then for the next 2 years after this, they canceled Virginia, who's not a big team, but they still canceled them to put FCS opponents on for the next 2 years. Though
it is.
Yeah.
They won big versus Indiana State. Larry Bird's not coming off that bench, people. I think the biggest upset has to be New Mexico taking out UCLA.
I love the basketball
I
reference
don't
in
even.
football.
We gotta be honest, Uncle Bob. Though I don't think that's an upset. UCLA looked up. They lost to a smaller team a couple weeks ago by a lot too. They do not.
I don't think it was an upset in terms of the actual games that have played this season. But if you had said before the season that UCLA was going to lose and lose big to New Mexico, people would be like, New Mexico, the team that's always in the bottom 10 every year? It's like, nope, they're not going to happen. And it happened.
Wow.
But I think the game that was one of the more interesting games for me was USC and Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
So
Purdue?
USC came into Purdue and they won 33-17. The game was a lot closer than that final score indicates.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is Purdue that good, or is USC just a home team?
Well,
where they struggle on the
the
road.
cool thing about Purdue, because I'm kind of a Purdue fan. My grandma went there, so I watch Purdue.
Shout out to Nana,
Shout out-
Purdue graduate.
Nana,
She's a Boilermaker. Get a Nana. Give her a Boilermaker.
George must want some money from Nana. Something.
No, but I mean, Purdue. You watch their games; they always sell out. They sell out a lot for a team that went 1-11 last year, and they're a basketball school. I think it's definitely a place that you don't want to go in and not care about the game, because 5 years ago they were known as the Spoilermakers, upsetting Ohio State.
George, you've been to Purdue, correct?
Yeah, I've been to Purdue.
What town is Purdue in?
West Lafayette.
Name the top 5 things to do in West Lafayette that aren't related to Purdue. The answer is there aren't any.
What are you trying to get at? I'm not saying
there's nothing else to do. That's why you go to the game.
Okay.
I mean,
is there anything to do in Bloomington, Indiana, where the Hoosiers play?
Yes.
No, there's not. It's the same thing. And
dude, I had a hellaciously good time in Bloomington, Indiana twice.
I've been places with you, son, and
oh yeah,
Bloomington,
Indiana is a good time on wheels.
Yeah. You want to
at least it was when I was your age or a little bit older.
Try opening your eyes next time we go. Okay, I mean,
listen, no hate if you go to Purdue. You know,
I'm not going to Purdue. When did I ever? I never said that.
You can run your AutoCAD program from Purdue. They specialize in that. So,
wow.
So yeah, USC is ranked.
Do you guys want me off the podcast? You guys?
No,
because
it's so much.
Uncle Bob, you are firing missiles at me today. Just
these are softballs. Missiles haven't come yet.
You would experience the missile.
No, they're explosive softballs, but they're still. So yeah, George, what do you think about USC? They're ranked this week.
I mean, they're the number one offensive team in terms of output over the last 3 games combined. I believe they are ranked now because
they are. They're 25th this week.
I believe that they will keep that up. We play them this year in Lincoln. That's our blackout game where we wore the black jerseys, Stadium blacks out. So that's actually a game I'm really looking forward to. I think it's gonna. Because they are a big pass team, I think it's really going to put a lot of pressure on our cornerbacks, who's our best room. So that's where we're really going to find out how good our cornerbacks are.
Be nice for snow and wind. For that game.
Yeah, exactly. Just
because I tell you, Tom Osborne, Dr. Tom Osborne, Coach Tom Osborne, however you want to refer to him, told me something personally. He goes, "It's very windy in Memorial Stadium." And we saw that yesterday with Raiola's pass, that first deep one that he had to, I think it was to Key. A ball flutters around and the wind doesn't get any lighter as the year goes on. It gets to be a little bit heavier.
Agreed.
And so having a strong ground and pound game is critical to late season success because it's really hard to throw the ball when the wind's blowing 20 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And so teams that can't grind it out will have trouble in the Big Ten on the Plains states especially. Now, you go to Ohio, you go to Rutgers or something like that, who knows? But in the Plains states, there's a lot of wind, and people don't account for it as much, which is why Nebraska always ran the ball, is because of the wind.
Exactly.
And so I think the USC it'll be a good game when it comes
USC
around.
is never known for their defensive line or their running. They're known for their quarterbacks and their wide receivers. At least in the past 10 years or so.
If you look at the types of athletes that grow up in that area, because most kids go to school within 50 miles of where they grew up. And if you look at the kids who have grown up there, they're athletes. They're very athletic. There aren't a lot of just big, giant people in Southern California outside the way there are in Georgia or Alabama or the South. So you don't have that sort of big beefcake kind of sitting in the middle, plugging up the running lanes the way that you do in some other parts of the country. So, but in terms of explosive athletes, holy cow, it's a track meet with those guys.
They got the fast,
just a track.
They got the fastest guys in the Big Ten for sure.
The other things that I thought were interesting was both Maryland and Rutgers are 3-0. And Michigan State. So Michigan State, Rutgers, Maryland, and Nebraska, and Illinois are all 3-0.
I think that
let me just review, just put some numerology on this question of how the rest of the Big Ten looks right now.
Mhm.
All right. Indiana 73 points, Maryland 43 points, Nebraska 59, Michigan 63, Rutgers 60, Penn State 52, Michigan State 41, Illinois 38, Iowa 47. Iowa.
who did they play? Who did they play? Like
UMass.
UMass.
There you go.
No.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the league is putting up some numbs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it shows that if we move to the MAC, we'd probably win the MAC. So, be that group of 5, team that sneaks into the playoff.
Look, I think next week changes the conversation. I'm just saying, Bob Freddie. I'm just saying.
Every week that goes by changes the conversation, which is good for us because otherwise we'd have nothing to talk about.
Talking about the MAC, I think the Rutgers are out of the teams, and Jay, I think that those 4 teams. So it's Michigan State, Maryland, and Rutgers. I think the best team out of those 3 is Rutgers. Their one close win was versus Ohio, but Ohio is a good team. They hung in there with Ohio State through the first half. They were down 13-9 with 9 minutes left in the third quarter yesterday. So I think Rutgers is definitely a contender for like an 8-4 team, 9-3 team. I'm not joking. I think they could be good. Michigan State sucks. Michigan State's terrible.
Yeah, they beat Boston College, who turned around and lost to Stanford. So, there's not a lot there. But the big upset, if you're from the Minneapolis area and don't root for the Huskers, is that Minnesota got their clock cleaned by Cal.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't say clock cleaned. They got beat.
Yeah.
By Cal.
And we know some Cal people, don't we?
We do. We know a couple of Cal people. And now I have to be nice because the head coach of Minnesota is a member at our club, so I have to be nice. But yeah, it was
Bob Freddie dropping names at the club,
being political. Doesn't know who I am yet, so let's keep it that way. The fewer people who I know who know me, the better. So
I think that's a good way.
Better for all of us if you don't know who I am. So yeah, it was. Listen, kudos to Minnesota for making the trip. It's an ACC team. They're not a pushover, but they did have it looked like they had a terrible year in terms of losses in the transfer portal. I mean, I think Mendoza went to Indiana.
And we got one of their wide receivers, and
Hunter came here. Yeah, and they're rolling right now, and it's great. It's great to see some balance. That's for sure.
I think the one standout in that game, Coy Parrish did not look good at all. He had that basically game losing punt mess up. He's the punt returner and he drops the ball. Cal gets it within like the 5-yard line and they score. And Coy Parrish just does not look comfortable on the offensive side of the ball. I think that PJ Fleck is playing him way too much. He's that standout double side of the field player that they have from Minnesota.
Yep.
He had a really good year last year. He had game-winning interception versus USC. I think he had 3 interceptions total, so that was a rough look for him for sure.
But if you look at the top 10, 4 of the teams are Big Ten teams. That's crazy. Ohio State's number 1, Penn State's number 2, Oregon is number 4,
And then Illinois.
and Illinois is number 9.
We'll see.
Which
I
is
like Luke Altmaier a lot.
just nuts.
Yeah.
Illinois. I'm glad we're not playing them this year.
Yeah, he's the biggest coach in the Big Ten, so he gets my vote every time.
Well, I think that if you have them on your schedule, they have a huge target on their back because they're still not a big team. They're Illinois. They can be beat still. They can definitely
See again. We get back to reputation. It's like Illinois sucks. It's just because they kind of always have.
Yeah.
But I thought, what would I say to Matt Rule if I told him my theory about the fattest coach always wins? And he slimmed down quite a bit this year. But if that were true, Les Leopold would be undefeated. So I thought he's outsourcing more. That's how you can tell.
Go ahead.
That's how you could tell he's outsourcing more this year. Is time to go to the gym and work on the frame.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Well, you guys know who we face next week, Michigan, and their interim head coach Biff Poggi.
Interims don't count. Interims don't count.
Where's the coach? Where's the
I think he got suspended for the thing that happened a couple years ago, right? The
cheating or something like that.
Sign stealing.
The sign stealing. He got suspended. They said pick 2 games, and he picked the Michigan game. He picked the Nebraska game and last week's game. I'm like, oh, that's cold. Yeah. That's a cold slap in the face. Where they could choose which games to sit out, and they chose to sit out this game.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's cold.
Yeah.
That is cold.
Well, Biff Poggi is a good coach. He was at Charlotte. He was a very good coach. In high school, he was like a national championship winner. He's this huge dude. He's probably the fattest coach in the Big Ten if you're counting interims.
Ooh, George, don't use my own words against me like that. If that's true, man, and if Biff Poggi pulls out the W, I'm gonna have to hear it all the way back to freaking 6-hour drive to Minnesota.
He wears these cutoff sweatshirts. And he has his little like receiver for his headset right here, so it pulls down his entire shirt, and he's just a big chest of hair. It's like his nipples are almost showing. He's just
nice,
sexy, scrappy looking dude.
Get in my belly.
Hey, I just want a little shout out here to my dear friend and mentor Charlie Meacham on his 95th birthday. Betsy and I flew out Friday night to Boulder and attended his birthday party. Charlie was the commissioner of the LPGA, 22-year CEO of Taft Media, with Joe and Hanna-Barbera.
What? I do one humble brag, and then you got to come back with your own humble brag?
No.
You know what? I know that this guy's a member at your club, Bob Fraley, but I know the LPGA commissioner.
No, but it's a 95th birthday, which is extraordinary. What was really cool, and I hope they don't mind me mentioning this, but Judy Rankin and Julie Inkster were there, former LPGA players.
You think this is where the viewers kind of turn off the pod because they're tired of the no football?
That's what people say. You know what? You know what I'm going to do after I... It
was really cool. It was really cool.
After this podcast, I'm going to watch me some women's golf. That's what I'm going to do.
But it was really cool when Julie Inkster complained to Judy Rankin about not picking her for the Solheim Cup in 1996.
Boy,
I thought that was...
You know the viewers are just giggling behind their screens.
You had to be there.
You had to be there. But Charlie is the man. So that's that. So whatever, boys.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Okay, now we're going to talk about Indian Cricket League. So strap in, people from Nebraska. It's all about cricket in the sticky wicket.
All right, wow, 30 minutes on a post game here. So, all right, Bob Free, take us out. Let's go. We're so pumped for Michigan. The Wim Hof breathing. The Wim Hof.
You know what, George? Why don't you take us out?
All right. Oh, Big Red!
Hold on.
Go Big Red!
That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough.
That was
you got to
do it. That's for sure.
You got to really breathe in, brother. Come on.
But you know, you know what I did? And you can never say the Go Big Red twice. You can't do that. You can't do that, bro.
Sure, you can do it 3 times in a row.
No, other people have to do it 3 times. 2 times. You get
Okay.
Well, you're the other person right now,
All right,
so you
start
can do
over.
it 2 more
Start
times.
over.
All right.
Start over.
Go Big Red!
Go Big Red!
See, there you go. You earned your keep.
I did the
You write it back.